This page is the front cover of SEGA Saturn Fan Magazine, dated October 31, 1997. It prominently features anime-style artwork with several characters surrounding a central figure, likely representing a featured game. The main headlines promote major titles of the era. Key previews highlighted include the upcoming action game Burning Rangers, the highly anticipated RPG sequel Sakura Wars 2, and the first scenario of the tactical RPG Shining Force 2i. Fighting game fans are teased with All Japan Pro Wrestling, featuring Virtua characters. Strategy guides are offered for the popular robot crossover strategy RPG Super Robot Wars F, and the intense fighting game Dead or Alive. New and notable releases covered include the visual novel Yuno, A Girl Who Chants Love at the Bound of This World, the strategy game Mobile Suit Gundam, Giran's Ambition, the RPG Devil Summoner, Soul Hackers, the dating sim Sentimental Graffiti, the party game Saturn Bomberman Fight, the Alchemy RPG Atelier Marie, the Alchemist of Solberg, and the action RPG Princess Crown alongside the RPG Rond. The cover also mentions Real Bout Fatal Fury, Starting Odyssey 1, Dungeons & Dragons Collection, and Riven, the sequel to Myst. The cover art and extensive game list reflect the diverse range of titles available for the Saturn at the time, with a strong focus on Japanese developers and genres popular in the region. This page features a crossword puzzle centered around the game Real Sound, Cause No Regret. The game is described as a new type of game that emphasizes sound and voice acting rather than graphics for an immersive experience, particularly appealing to gamers who appreciate classic, text-based adventure games. The page provides vertical and horizontal clues for the crossword, all related to characters, events, and details within the game. Below the crossword, key staff and voice cast members are listed, including Ino Kenji, Planning's director, Sakamoto Ryuichi, music, Kashiwabara Takashi, voice actor for Hiroshi, Sujino Kanae, voice actor for Sarasa, Suzuki Keiichi, music, and Shinohara Ryoko, voice actor for Mizuki. Readers are encouraged to solve the crossword, figure out the password from specific squares, and enter a contest to win prizes related to the game by mail. The game itself is highlighted as being, quote, popularly on sale. This page features the Sega Saturn title Tactical Fighter, a unique blend of character training simulation and fighting game. The prominent artwork showcases the main character, Shizune, in both a bikini and boxing gear, embodying the game's dual nature. The page emphasizes that this isn't just another cute girl game. Cute isn't enough anymore, highlighting the game's depth. It details how the game focuses on developing the protagonist Shizune through detailed parameters, with the results of the training directly impacting her performance in the fighting scenes. The system is described as intuitive, allowing players to focus on the heated battles without complex controls, ultimately aiming to create a superheroine and redefine the training game genre. Screenshots display various aspects of gameplay, including a status screen, a fighting match, and a relaxing scene, suggesting a mix of character management and action. The game is noted as being popularly on sale for a standard price of 6,800 yen, excluding tax. A special present campaign is advertised, offering deluxe phone cards to contest winners. The voice cast for the characters is also listed, featuring a roster of talent. This page features dynamic promotional artwork for the Sega Saturn fighting game Samurai Showdown, IV, Amakusa's Revenge. On the left side, the art showcases key characters from the game, including Amakusa and Haomaru, emphasizing the intense battles with the tagline, "What I seek is your soul." The right side contains the magazine's table of contents for the October 31, 1997 issue. The cover art highlights characters from the visual novel Yuno. The main feature covered is Mobile Suit Gundam, Giran's Greed. Upcoming Sega Saturn titles like Burning Ranger, Sakura Wars 2, and Shining Force 2i Scenario 1 are previewed. A special report section delves into a diverse lineup, including Devil Summoners, Soul Hackers, the Saturn port of Castlevania, Symphony of the Night, Yuno, Atelier Marie, Real Bout Fatal Fury Special, Dungeons & Dragons Collection, and Riven. The magazine also includes strategy guides for titles such as Super Robot Wars, F, and Dead or Alive. Previews of new releases like Steep Slope Sliders and Coldceps, alongside regular columns, game rankings covering sales and reader reviews, and sections dedicated to reader feedback and upcoming game information. This page provides an in-depth look at Mobile Suit Gundam, Giran's Greed, a strategic simulation game set during the original Gundam's one-year war. The article showcases numerous new screenshots, giving fans a closer look at the game's systems. Players step into the shoes of either Giranzabi or the Earth Federation leadership, aiming to rewrite or uphold the history of the conflict through strategic command. The game emphasizes deep strategy, requiring players to manage resources, personnel, and funds to research new technologies and develop mobile suits and other weapons. You'll execute complex operations, from attacking key enemy strongholds on Earth and in space, to deploying your evolving forces in tactical battles shown through animated sequences. The page highlights the technological advancement system, illustrating unit progression paths like the Earth Federation's development from core fighters and gun tanks to the mighty Gundam. It even teases content potentially related to side stories, noting the appearance of units like the Blue GM from the Blue Destiny lineage. The game is all about making critical decisions that will shape the fate of the war. This page delves deeper into the strategic gameplay systems of Mobile Suit Gundam, Giran's Greed. It explains how players manage the war effort through various commands like budget, personnel, research, development, and production, emphasizing resource allocation and technological advancement. The article highlights the importance of base command for reinforcing and transporting units across the map. Production is key, allowing players to build a vast array of mobile suits and other weapons, with lists showing unit types and costs for both the Earth Federation, featuring units like the GM, gun tank, gun cannon, and Gundam, and Zeon, showcasing diverse units like the Zaku tank, various Zaku and Goof types, Dom, Rikdom, Dawaj, Gyan, and even the massive Big Zam. The page also touches upon the tactical layer, showing how battles unfold from the strategic map view to specific base combat screens. It's clear the game offers intricate strategic depth and an impressive roster of iconic units for fans to command. This page breaks down the core strategic commands and unit production in Giran's Greed, highlighting its depth and unit variety. This Mobile Suit Gundam, Giran's Greed guide details unit commands. Standard commands include movement, searching, attacking, and organization. Loading/launching units onto carriers like White Base recovers resources. Special commands, unique to certain units, allow for tactical maneuvers like scattering, disturbing, and sensing enemies. Units can also change configuration using commands like separation, transformation, and armament. The game features over 150 units, including iconic mobile suits and diverse support vehicles and warships, representing the Universal Century era. This page features a preview of Sonic Team's exciting new 3D action game, Burning Rangers. Players take on the role of a futuristic rescue team, navigating dangerous disaster zones filled with flames and obstacles. The core gameplay revolves around extinguishing fires, rescuing trapped civilians using a special transfer system, and exploring the environment. The page highlights key mechanics like the versatile fire extinguisher gun, which doubles as a weapon, and the unique vernier unit, allowing for free 3D movement including hovering and vertical ascent. The preview focuses on the first stage, the former Third Energy Plant, and confirms the presence of boss characters. The article also notes the impressive graphical detail, particularly the realistic fire effects, and the expressiveness of characters like Sho and Tillis. A teaser hints at further dangers in the game's lowest levels. This page continues the deep dive into Burning Rangers, focusing on the dangers encountered within the energy plant. We see screenshots and descriptions of two significant threats. First is the rampaging work robot, a mechanical boss appearing in round 1. These robots, originally maintenance units, become dangerous due to the disaster and attack indiscriminately. The page shows them in combat, emphasizing their destructive power and pinpointing their weak spot, requiring careful positioning to extinguish the fire from the correct angle. The second major boss introduced is Animos, described as a giant, mysterious life form waiting at the lowest floor. Screenshots depict this large yellow creature in battle against Sho and Tillis, performing attacks like stretching its neck and spitting fire, or a similar projectile. The article questions its nature and origin, highlighting that the mission cannot be completed without eliminating it. A small panel also introduces the assistant of the Doctor, a character found searching the damaged plant, teasing his potential connection to Animos and the Doctor. Finally, the page features a sound team interview, presenting 3 key members: sound creator Naofumi Hataya, vocalist Nagi Yoshiyuki, and Sega's AM2 R&D sound section member Sachiko Kawamura. They discuss the process of creating the game's audio, including the decision to record vocals in New York for the opening, ending, and theme songs. They share insights into their collaboration, the challenges of blending music with gameplay action, and their overall philosophy for delivering the best sound experience. Photos of the 3 interviewees are included. This page dives deeper into All Japan Pro Wrestling featuring Virtua, highlighting various game modes and introducing some of the key wrestlers. The game boasts an entry mode, where players must battle through a tough series to hone their skills and develop a wrestler. Winning the Carnival Series tournament is presented as the ultimate proof of a wrestler's strength. The game features 12 initial All Japan Pro Wrestling fighters. The page showcases 4 prominent wrestlers: Mitsuharu Misawa, current Triple Crown champion, Toshiaki Kawada, Kenta Kobashi, and Akira Taue. Each wrestler's profile includes their picture and a selection of their signature moves, often linked to building up fighting spirit during matches. Screenshots demonstrate these powerful techniques in action. The potential for creating original wrestlers is also emphasized, suggesting deep customization options. The page gives a strong sense of the game's focus on authentic pro wrestling action, wrestler development, and dramatic tournament play. This page from All Japan Pro Wrestling featuring Virtua showcases its roster, highlighting legendary figures like Giant Baba, Brainbuster, Piledriver, and newer talent like Jun Akiyama, various suplexes. Powerful wrestlers like Steve Williams, Killer Shark Combo, Dr. Bomb, and Stan Hansen, undefeated Undying Western Lariat, are also featured. Unique characters like Wolf Hawkfield and Jeffrey McWild round out the diverse roster, with moves like the Cross Armbreaker and Body Lift. Younger wrestlers like Jun Akiyama and Gary Albright, known for his devastating German suplexes, and Johnny Ace, part of the G.ET faction, are also presented. The page emphasizes the variety of fighting styles and signature moves available in the game. This page dives into Sakura Wars 2, showcasing new characters and the evolution of its unique lip system. Highlighted newcomers are Soleta Orihime, described as free-spirited and bright, and Lenny Milchstrasse, who is consistently cool and reserved. The article introduces the timing lip system, demonstrating how dialogue options can increase or decrease over time, allowing for nuanced expression and response based on timing. Screenshots show interactions with Sakura Shinguji, illustrating the branching dialogue paths influenced by this system. There's also a detailed historical timeline providing context for the game's world, emphasizing the deep lore that appeals to both new players and veterans. The magazine expresses excitement for the new characters and the refined lip system, suggesting they add significant depth to the gameplay experience. This page continues the deep dive into Sakura Wars, detailing the evolution of the lip system with the introduction of double lips. This demanding variation requires players to make choices under a strict time limit, often presenting multiple options simultaneously, truly testing your judgment and concentration. Screenshots illustrate this mechanic with Sakura Shinguji, showcasing how dialogue flows differently based on quick decisions. Beyond the main story, the page reveals exciting details about Sakura Tyson, Imperial Capital Steam Radio Show, a standalone collection of minigames packed with the charm of the Flower Division. Known as Yugiban Playboard, this 2-disc set features engaging activities like the DJ selection game, where players choose which member will host a radio show, utilizing the lip system for interactions. Another highlight is the Hyakunin Issue 100 Poems minigame, challenging players to match poems recited by Sakura, again integrating the lip system. These minigames offer fun new ways to interact with the beloved characters. This page delves into the world of Shining Force 2i, providing a dynamic preview of Sega's upcoming simulation RPG. It focuses on unveiling the game's setting and the key players opposing the heroes from the Destonia Empire in Scenario 1. The article highlights the conflict between the Aspenia Republic and the Destonia Empire, the central stage for the game's story, which takes place 10 years after the previous entry. It introduces the 4 major powers shaping the world: the Republic, the Empire, Saraband Kingdom, and Holy Land, Elba Vesum. Detailed character profiles are presented for the prominent figures of the Destonia Empire. We see portraits and descriptions of Emperor Dominato, the ruthless ruler, his sons, First Prince Majesty, the arrogant Second Prince Arrogant, and the more compassionate Third Prince Medion, who is noted as a future companion, the powerful General Spirette, and the formidable Centaur Knight Campbell. The text elaborates on their personalities and roles within the Empire, setting the stage for the complex narrative and strategic battles players will face in Shining Force 2 lines. Screenshots showcase the game's 3D environments and tactical combat maps. The next page showcases the graphical advancements and new gameplay systems in Shining Force 2 I Scenario 1. It highlights the use of DSP for real-time texture mapping and effects, creating a more varied and detailed world. We see examples of different environments, including the interior of a grand tower with reflective flooring and dynamic lighting, and detailed indoor settings like a house in Quartz Village, where a new robot unit type is introduced. The page also demonstrates the dramatic real-time battles against giant enemies, featuring a thrilling confrontation with a large dragon using dynamic camera angles and impressive fire breath effects. A key strategic innovation is revealed: the 2D layer battle system, where separate maps appear during main battles, allowing simultaneous engagements in different areas, like exploring ruins for objectives while the main battle continues. The page assures fans that the series' tradition of finding hidden secrets and items by investigating the environment is still present and important. This page dives into the intricate details of Pro Yaku Team wo Sukuru, a baseball team management simulation. It emphasizes the strategic depth required to build a championship-winning team. The report highlights the crucial role of staff management, stating that freely hiring and firing coaches and scouts is the fundamental first step. It shows screens detailing staff costs and the importance of experienced personnel. Training camps are also vital for preparing the team for the next season, with different locations like Hawaii and Arizona offering unique development opportunities and varying expenses. The game offers a wide array of player training methods, tailored to specific skills like pitching technique, batting power, or defensive ability. Unique methods, such as Hawaiian dance, can even boost physical and mental strength. Players' abilities and current condition can be checked in detail, providing managers with the necessary data to optimize training. Finally, the game allows for the creation of original teams with custom names and logos, like the Dynamites or Hammerheads, adding a personal touch to the league experience. The content praises the detailed simulation aspects and the freedom given to the player in shaping their team. This page provides an in-depth look at the player editing feature in J.League Pro Soccer Club wo Tsukuru 2, the sequel to the popular soccer simulation. The standout feature is the ability to create custom players, essentially your own alter ego, to join your club and compete in the J.League. Creating a player involves inputting basic information like name, appearance, position, and choosing keywords that define their skills. These keywords influence 9 core abilities, such as shooting, passing, and dribbling, boosting some parameters while potentially lowering others to ensure balance. The player's abilities are visually represented by a pentagon graph, with overlapping areas indicating a higher likelihood of those skills being reflected in performance. The concept of reflex or adaptability is also explained, influencing how effectively a player's stats translate into gameplay. The article even provides an example of how to use the keyword system to create a player similar to Maradona. Player data can be saved and shared using a password system. Additionally, the game expands significantly on international teams, doubling the number of overseas clubs available for play. There are also many new random events added to the game, ranging from stadium promotions to player development opportunities, adding further depth and replayability to the club management experience. This page features a preview of SEGA Touring Car Championship and an announcement for a new strategy guide series. On the left, there's a continued report on SEGA Touring Car Championship, specifically focusing on its detailed option mode. The article highlights how these settings, including difficulty levels, race lengths, adjustable boosts and damage effects, time comparison displays, and customizable key configurations, allow players of all skill levels to tailor the game to their preferences, offering a deeper and more enjoyable experience beyond standard gameplay. The right side announces the debut of a new strategy guide series titled How to Play Games Books. The first volume is a comprehensive feature on Super Robot Wars Fi for the Sega Saturn. This guide is described as being thick at 244 pages and will be released on October 31st for 690 yen. It promises in-depth coverage, going deep into the game's mechanics and secrets, making it a must-have for fans of the tactical mecha RPG series. The page is illustrated with a dynamic image of several iconic mechs from the game. This page features a special report on the upcoming simulation game, Sentimental Graffiti. The article focuses on the game's heroines, showcasing them in delightful summer attire, specifically yukata and swimsuits. The left side highlights the charm of the heroines in yukata, perfect for summer festivals, with images featuring characters like Miyun and Asuka. The text captures the nostalgic feeling of festivals and the unexpected appeal of seeing the girls in traditional wear. The right side shifts to swimsuits, set against the backdrop of the sea and pool. Images display characters such as Taeko, Miyuki, and Ruri enjoying the water and sunshine. The text emphasizes the dazzling summer scenes and the captivating presence of the heroines in their swimsuits. The bottom section confirms the game's sentimental graffiti is nearing completion, aiming for a November release at 7,500 yen. It's described as a simulation genre game. There's a poignant note at the end mentioning that one character, Yu Nanase, apparently doesn't have swimsuit or yukata CGS in the game, which is presented with playful sadness by the magazine. This page delves deeper into the systems of the near-complete simulation game, Sentimental Graffiti. It details the core gameplay loop, which involves traveling across Japan to meet and date 12 different girls encountered during the protagonist's elementary and junior high school years of frequent transfers. The article explains how players can initiate contact by obtaining a girl's phone number after reuniting in her hometown, then scheduling dates via telephone appointments. Successful dates increase intimacy, but a unique parameter called sadness, or poignancy, also grows daily. If this parameter becomes too high, it can lead to an explosion, impacting the relationship negatively. Beyond scheduled dates, the game features various events, including recalling past memories during dates, chance encounters while traveling, and unexpected events upon arriving in a girl's hometown. The page also showcases examples of date events with specific heroines: Taeko Adachi enjoying watermelon splitting, Emiru Nagakura experiencing a mishap at the beach, Honoka Sawatari visiting a lavender field, and Kaho Mori playing tennis. These examples highlight the diverse personalities and unique scenarios players can expect to encounter with each girl. The game promises a variety of interactions and events as players navigate relationships across the country. This page presents profiles for 8 more heroines from the simulation game Sentimental Graffiti. Each profile features artwork and descriptions detailing their personalities and memorable events encountered by the protagonist. We see Wakaba Tachizaki enjoying a festival atmosphere, Rurika Yamamoto showcasing her skill at crane games in an arcade, and Miyuki Hosaka having a moment by the river where something gets in her eye. Asuka Hoshino is featured enjoying karaoke, demonstrating a competitive spirit regarding scoring. Further down, Yunanase is shown cooling off by a waterfall on a hot summer day. Akira Endo is depicted on a date in Nagasaki, pondering the view from Hollander Slope and searching for something significant on a heart-shaped stone. Masami Sugihara visits Ujishima Island in the Seto Inland Sea, enjoying a seafood restaurant and a view from a sightseeing boat. Finally, Chi Matsuoka is shown in Fukuoka, enjoying a festival and celebrating after what appears to be a successful performance or event. Various scenes highlight the diverse locations and intimate moments players can share with each of the 12 girls across Japan. The next page features a special report on Devil Summoner, Soul Hackers. It introduces Paradigm X, the network virtual city that serves as a key setting for the game's adventure. The report showcases various locations within Paradigm X, including the Counter for Information, the Beach Forum for relaxation, the Bath Forum for social gatherings, the Sunset Forum, and a fortune teller who guides the player. Screenshots depict these distinct environments and the characters encountered there. The page also hints at strange occurrences beginning in Paradigm X and the appearance of mysterious figures, including a canine creature. Furthermore, it touches on the unique shop system, noting that general citizens cannot easily access them, requiring a special status to make purchases. Basic game information like genre and player count is also presented. This page continues the deep dive into Devil Summoner, Soul Hackers, specifically explaining the various actions available during its unique 3D dungeon battles. The core commands are detailed. Comp allows analyzing enemies and adjusting battle settings. Fight initiates standard combat actions. Talk is used to negotiate with demons, potentially recruiting them. Escape attempts to flee from battle, and auto lets the computer handle the fight. It also covers the actions specific to the human protagonist and their partner. They can use items, perform physical attacks with sword and gun, summon allied demons into battle, move to change their position in the party formation, and guard to defend against attacks. The page highlights key Megami Tensei mechanics like demon negotiation and summoning, which are crucial for building your party and succeeding in combat. It gives a good overview of how players will interact with the battle system. This page continues the exploration of devil summoners, soul hackers, moving from the human protagonist's actions to detailing the commands available to your allied demons during battle. It covers the fundamental demon commands: attack for standard physical attacks, magic for casting spells which consume MP, extra for using unique demon abilities that often have specific costs or effects, and guard for defending against incoming damage. These commands are essential for managing your demonic allies in combat. The major focus shifts to the right side, showcasing the game's extensive Demon Compendium feature, titled here as a data collection where soul hackers' demons gather. This isn't just a list. It's presented as a high-resolution database, allowing players to delve deep into their collected demons. Key functions highlighted include the ability to zoom in and out on detailed demon models, a robust search function to find specific demons based on various criteria, an analysis section providing stats and lore comments, a fusion simulator to plan demon combinations, and even the option to change the background music while browsing. This comprehensive compendium appears to be a significant feature, offering players valuable information and tools for strategizing their demon party and fusions, presented with impressive visuals. This page is a special report on the Sega Saturn port of the legendary visual novel, A Girl Who Chants Love at the Bound of This World. It highlights a major addition for this version: animated sequences. The page features striking character artwork, including the protagonist, Takuya, along with the elven characters, emphasizing the visual appeal. The core focus is on showcasing these newly added anime parts, illustrating how they are being integrated to enhance the storytelling. Examples include character introductions and key scenes transitioning from full animation to the game's dialogue interface, like the notable shower scene featuring Kana Hatano. The article suggests these animations are crafted with high quality, adding significant impact to the player's experience. It also touches upon other original elements being introduced in the Saturn release, alongside an overview of the game's system. This page continues the deep dive into the Sega Saturn port of A Girl Who Chants Love at the Bound of This World, focusing on the exclusive enhancements. The first section details the addition of animation sequences, showcasing detailed storyboard panels of Takuya interacting with an elven character, along with intense action shots pulled from a promotional video, underscoring the high quality and level of detail going into these new anime segments. Following this is a look at the original CG artwork, created specifically for the Saturn version. Featured are a beautiful close-up of and a suggestive scene with Takuya and Kana, highlighting the detailed drawing style and the increase in exclusive CGS, adding significant visual flair. Finally, the page introduces some of the main characters and their voice actors, emphasizing that the Saturn version will feature full voice acting. Profiles are shown for Takuya Arima, Koichi Arima, Yuzuki Arima, Kaori Asakura, Miyoshimazu, and Kana Hatano, with their impressive voice cast detailed. A user-friendly option to turn off the protagonist's voice is also noted. This port is clearly aiming for a premium presentation. This page continues the deep dive into the Sega Saturn port of A Girl Who Chants Love at the Bound of This World, focusing on the game's unique systems. It details the ADM, or Auto Diverge mapping system, which is essential for exploring the game's parallel worlds and branching narrative. This map visually represents the timeline and story branches, displaying your current location, points where you can save using jewels, warp zones, points leading to different endings, and even unknown locations. The page explains how players can use the reflector switch to identify potential branching points in the story beforehand, allowing them to anticipate the outcome of their actions and decisions. This empowers players to plan their path through the complex narrative. It also highlights the save system using special items called jewels. Using a jewel creates a save marker on the ADM's map at that specific time and location, letting players return directly to that point later. This is crucial for efficiently exploring alternate paths and seeing all possible endings. Finally, the page provides profiles for additional supporting characters and their voice actors, building on the introduction of the main cast from the previous page. These include various characters encountered throughout Takuya's journey, featuring established voice talent, and notably introduces the voice actress playing the title character, Yuno, as a newcomer to the industry. This page dives into the Sega Saturn port of Atelier Marie, The Alchemist of Salzburg, highlighting the exclusive content added for this version. Fans of the game will be excited about the wealth of original events included, expanding the experience beyond the PlayStation release. Featured events range from heartwarming interactions with animals, like encountering a rare Millennium Turtle that presents a moral choice affecting the storyline, to unexpected phenomena like falling stars, where Marie and other characters make wishes. There's also a humorous recurring event involving the weapon shop owner, Oyaji, and his quest for hair growth, showcasing his transformation after using Marie's concoction. The article emphasizes that the Saturn version not only restores events cut from the PS version, but also adds entirely new ones, promising fresh encounters and unique situations for players. This includes meeting various people, engaging in exchanges, and experiencing strange phenomena. One highlighted new event involves a mysterious phantom thief, Dia Himmel, who poses a challenge to Marie's skills. The page is filled with screenshots and character art illustrating these new moments, making it clear this port offers a significantly enhanced experience. There's also a large central graphic featuring the game's logo and protagonist. This page delves into the core gameplay systems of Atelier Marie, the Alchemist of Salzburg. Following up on the previous page's focus on the Saturn port's exclusive content, it breaks down the turn-based battle system, explaining the 6 available commands: attack, defend, run, use item, special skill, for companions not Marie initially, and formation, adjusting character positions before combat. The article highlights that while basic combat commands are standard RPG fare, using synthesized items is crucial. The alchemy system, Marie's primary focus, is detailed next. Players learn how to synthesize items by selecting a recipe, choosing the quantity, checking ingredient availability, optionally using equipment, and reviewing the days required and success rate. Success depends on factors like item complexity, Marie's level, and her fatigue, with failure resulting in wasted resources, but success bringing significant satisfaction. Beyond combat and synthesis, the page touches on recruiting adventurers to join Marie on her journeys, and undertaking item synthesis requests from various characters like guild members and friends. Completing these requests not only provides income, but also improves Marie's relationships with others. Screenshots showcase battle scenarios, the step-by-step synthesis process, character interactions, and recruiting companions. The page features character art for adventurers like Kiliel and Krace, as well as Prindle and Mew, illustrating the diverse cast involved in Marie's life and work. This page is a deep dive into the Sega Saturn port of Real Bout Fatal Fury Special, one of SEGA's premier fighting games. It highlights the latest entry in the Fatal Fury series making its way to the Saturn, showcasing dynamic character artwork of Terry and Andy Bogard alongside intense gameplay screenshots. The article emphasizes the successful translation of the arcade experience, noting the updated game systems and the addition of new characters that build upon the previous installment. It specifically praises the visual quality of the Saturn version, stating that the screenshots speak for themselves and attributing the smooth performance to the use of the expansion RAM cartridge, which alleviates loading times and character display issues. Furthermore, the page details significant enhancements to the game's options, making it more accessible and enjoyable. Features like a demo skip shortcut and the ability to assign special and super special moves to specific buttons on the controller are highlighted as major improvements for player convenience. A new practice mode is also introduced, allowing players to hone their skills, practice combos, and experiment with moves freely without the pressure of time limits or health bars, a feature much anticipated by fighting game enthusiasts. The page presents this port as the culmination of the Fatal Fury series, promising a robust and faithful home console experience. This page continues our look at Real Bout Fatal Fury Special on the Sega Saturn, diving into its revamped gameplay systems. The most significant change is the shift from a 3-line battle system to a 2-line system, which the developers claim makes the action faster, clearer, and easier to react to in the heat of battle. Combat has been refined with the introduction of easier-to-execute combo systems, known as combination arts, allowing for more fluid and exciting attack sequences. New special moves have been added for various characters, and the balance has been tuned for competitive play. Interestingly, the notorious ring-out system from previous games has been completely removed. Instead, pushing an opponent to the edge and breaking the background leads to a dizzy state, setting them up for guaranteed, high-damage attacks in what's called a corner battle. Line attacks have also seen more variation with the 2-line system, allowing direct attacks on opponents in the other line. Adding to the excitement is the return of 4 beloved characters from the original Fatal Fury Special, who were absent in earlier Real Bout titles. These fan favorites making their comeback are Tung Fu Ru, the master of Hakyoku Seiken, the portly Tai Chi expert Cheng Sinzan, the ruthless matador Lawrence Blood, and the powerful emperor Wolfgang Krauser. Their inclusion, along with the gameplay enhancements, promises a thrilling experience for Fatal Fury fans. The next page features an exclusive scoop on Panic Rhythm, a unique rhythm game. The core gameplay revolves around pressing buttons in sync with the music and on-screen prompts to make the main character, a high school girl named Vanilla, dance. Success hinges on precise timing and rhythm. How well you dance is evaluated based on 5 criteria, needing an average score to clear each stage. There's a special ad-lib time segment where you can freestyle input button combinations for extra points, including specific special moves like Panic Summer. The game offers 3 modes: a story mode following Vanilla through stages based on her daily life, a practice mode to hone your skills, and a battle mode for 2 players to compete head-to-head in a rhythm duel, where successful inputs act as attacks. The game features various music genres, including rap, soul, and reggae. The content highlights that timing mistakes lead to penalties, and the battle mode, while simple, offers enjoyable competitive play. This page dives into the fantasy realm with a feature on the Dungeons & Dragons collection for the Sega Saturn. This compilation brings the arcade hits Tower of Doom and Shadow over Mystara to home consoles. The games combine classic side-scrolling beat-em-up action with deep RPG mechanics rooted in the tabletop D&D universe, allowing players to explore dungeons, battle legendary monsters, find treasure, and make choices that shape the scenario. Tower of Doom features the classic party of fighter, cleric, elf, and dwarf, emphasizing strategic combat and character progression. Shadow over Mystara expands on this, with the addition of the agile thief and powerful magic user, introducing special command-based moves and further enhancing the RPG elements and branching storylines. Both titles support 2-player simultaneous play, letting you team up with a friend. The collection leverages the Saturn's capabilities, with Shadow over Mystara benefiting significantly from the 4 MB RAM expansion for a smoother experience. The article highlights the satisfaction of leveling up your character, acquiring new gear, and navigating the narrative choices that affect the game's path, staying true to the D&D spirit. This page showcases the Dungeons & Dragons collection, focusing on its blend of action and RPG, bringing arcade classics Tower of Doom and Shadow over Mystara to Saturn with enhanced features. This page features the mystery adventure game, Cross Tante Monogatari. Players take on the role of a detective trainee tasked with solving a series of difficult cases, including locked room and serial murders, using insight and deduction. The gameplay utilizes a traditional command selection system for investigation, requiring players to choose actions like look or investigate based on the situation to gather information and advance the story. The game is structured around 7 distinct scenarios, each with its own unique plot and characters. The article introduces the protagonist, Ken Kurosu, his partner Tomoko Nishiyama, and other key figures players will interact with. An interview with the director, Yutaka Kanagaga, discusses the development process, emphasizing the focus on creating compelling narratives and logical puzzles. He also highlights technical efforts to improve the experience, such as aiming for fast CD loading times, and implementing the mock-seek system to reduce waiting. The game features visuals rendered in 3:2000 colors, and popular voice actors provide character voices. Notably, the main theme is composed by the popular group, Pizzicato 5. The article suggests the game offers a substantial amount of content across its varied scenarios. The next page offers a first look at Startling Odyssey, Blue Evolution. This title is a significant renewal of the original PC Engine game, specifically adapted for the Saturn, incorporating gameplay elements closer to the PC Engine sequel. The graphics have been completely revamped, featuring CG rendering for character models and battle scenes, giving them a 3-dimensional appearance. Exploration takes place on a 2D world map, with battles utilizing a command selection system. A major change is the complete redesign of the characters and a new voice cast. The article introduces key characters like Leon, Sophia, and Belth, highlighting their voice actors, including Hikaru Midorikawa and Junko Iwao, and features a group photo of the cast. The opening movie is confirmed to be finished, promising impressive visuals to complement the updated game. This page dives into SD Gundam G Century Super, a strategy simulation game making its way to the Sega Saturn. This title, an enhanced port of the well-received PlayStation game, promises a wealth of new features specifically for the Saturn version. The core gameplay blends strategic simulation phases on a map with dynamic action battles when units engage. Players control various mobile suits from across the vast Gundam universe. A major highlight is the addition of fully rendered CG battles, allowing up to 7 units to clash simultaneously, offering impressive visuals and intense actions. The Saturn version introduces several enhancements, including a simplified production mode to speed up gameplay, tweaked game balance, and new CG movies for the opening and endings. There are multiple game modes to explore, like the main Century mode, scenario mode retelling original stories, a free-play world mode, and dedicated single and action modes. The article also showcases 4 new mobile suits added to the roster: the Gundam XX, Tallgeese 2, Quably Mk2, and Mandara Gundam, expanding the unit selection. The visuals maintain the charming, super-deformed SD style characteristic of the series. Finally, there's a call for fans to submit their own original pilot names and lines to be potentially included in the game, adding a unique interactive element for players. This page shifts focus to Riven, the sequel to Myst, promising a massive volume increase with 5 discs. It highlights the game's stunning, high-quality CG graphics as a key selling point, emphasizing the intricate details and photorealistic rendering used to create a unique and immersive world. The article introduces the world of Riven, a mysterious alien setting distinct from reality, but with its own logic and culture for the player to uncover. Exploration and solving puzzles based on understanding this world are central to the gameplay. Several striking screenshots showcase the diverse environments, from rocky islands and lush forests to strange underwater creatures and intricate machinery, giving a taste of the visual fidelity and alien atmosphere. A section is dedicated to Myst, the acclaimed predecessor, noting Riven builds upon its foundation of unique world design, graphics, and complex puzzles. The creators share a message, expressing their dedication to crafting the game with the same passion as Myst, aiming to create a truly immersive experience that feels like stepping into another world. They mention the immense detail, including millions of polygons used for the islands and creatures, and state that Riven boasts 10 times the volume of Myst in terms of scope, settings, and puzzles. The visuals and scale presented here are truly impressive, living up to the hype for this highly anticipated sequel. This page features 2 distinct sports game announcements. On the left, we have the popular Power Pro Baseball series, making its return to the Sega Saturn after 2 years. This version, Power Pro 97, incorporates the unique meat cursor system for batting and allows for detailed pitching control. A major highlight is the Success Mode, a simulation where you train an original player over 3 years with the goal of making it to the professional first team, influenced by both icon choices and in-game performance. The game utilizes data from the 1997 season. The right side unveils Zap! Snowboarding Tricks 98, presented as the definitive snowboarding game and a powered-up second entry in the series. Developed with supervision from top Japanese snowboarders, it aims for authenticity in its courses, tricks, and gear. It features multiple game modes, including a championship and various versus options, and allows players to customize character abilities via a skill edit function. The game includes 8 courses and showcases impressive tricks rendered with detailed 3D animation, featuring attractive characters and real-world snowboarding brands. It was set for a December 1997 release. This page features an announcement for a user game creation contest using the Dizemon 2 software for Sega Saturn, with a staggering grand prize of 1 million yen. Dizemon 2, already on sale for 5,800 yen, excluding tax, is presented as the ultimate game design tool for Sega Saturn, specializing in creating both vertical and horizontal shooters. It's designed to be easy for beginners to create graphics and levels, while offering deep features for experienced designers, including 2-player support, polygonal graphic creation, comprehensive online hints, support for up to 10 stages, 256 colors, over 1,000 different attack patterns, significantly expanded animation options for characters and bosses, and detailed sound editing capabilities. The contest requires users to submit their original games created with the software, with a deadline in March 1998. This page showcases 2 distinct titles for the Sega Saturn. On the left we have Next King, Koi no Senin Ukoku Gaiden, which translates to Next King, Millennium Kingdom of Love Side Story. This game is described as a dating simulation mixed with board game elements, featuring a story where the player, as a prince, interacts with 12 beautiful girls, each holding a secret. The narrative promises a deep story beyond just romance, influenced by rivals and board game events, supporting up to 4 players. The release date for the Sega Saturn version is late November, priced at 6,800 yen, excluding tax, with a limited edition including a drama CD for 7,800 yen. A related manga and CD book, Next King, Millennium Kingdom of Love Side Story, is also highlighted as being on sale. The right side features SD Gundam G Century S, described as a simulation and action battle game. It's part of the popular Super Deformed Gundam series, featuring chibi-style mobile suits in strategic space battles. The game boasts over 200 characters and mobile suits, including new additions. Key features mentioned are a scenario mode, allowing players to experience 5 different perspectives, and exhilarating 4-player action battles. This is presented as a highly anticipated port to the Sega Saturn. The release date is scheduled for late January 98, priced at 6,800 yen, excluding tax. This page showcases the upcoming Sega Saturn release of Falcom Classics, a compilation bringing together 3 legendary RPGs from Nihon Falcom. Players can look forward to experiencing the foundational Japanese RPG Dragon Slayer, the innovative action RPG Xanadu, and the highly popular action RPG YS, all in one package. The collection features completely renewed graphics and music, offering both the original game modes and enhanced Saturn modes. Screenshots from each game are displayed, showing the visual updates. The page also highlights special offers, including a pre-order bonus poster and a campaign for buyers to win exclusive items like figures and illustrations. This page features the game Asuka 120% Burning Fest, Limited, an anime-style fighting game for the Sega Saturn. The main image is a large illustration of a female character from the game holding test tubes. The page promotes the game with the headline, "Can a gal fighting game go this far?" and highlights its release. It includes a direct interview part 3, where various characters or representatives discuss a mega fight tournament related to the game, offering insights and predictions. The page also shows small screenshots of the game's combat and a group illustration of several characters. The game is scheduled for release on October 9th and is priced at 5,800 yen before tax. This page features the classic adventure game, Yuno, a girl who chants love at the bound of this world. The prominent artwork shows the titular character, Yuno, alongside the large, bold title. It highlights the game's strongest multi-story structure and the inclusion of the unique ADM system, which is central to its complex narrative and time travel mechanics. The page promotes the game's release on December 4th, noting it comes on 3 quadrums and is priced at 7,800 yen, excluding tax. Developed by Elf, this Sega Saturn title is recommended for ages 18 and over. This page is a double-page spread featuring advertisements for 2 upcoming Sega Saturn titles. The left side promotes Kamen Rider, Masked Rider Strategy File 1, showcasing the classic Kamen Rider 1 and teasing a simulation mode where players analyze data on riders, monsters, and the organization to defeat the heroes. It highlights a campaign to win a special figure. This strategy game was released on November 13th. On the right side, the focus shifts to Initial D, the racing game adaptation of the popular manga. It features artwork of protagonist Takumi Fujiwara and his iconic 86, emphasizing that the game faithfully recreates characters from the original work. The text highlights the intense downhill battles the series is known for. This racing title was released on December 25th for the Sega Saturn. This page features a double-page spread showcasing 2 distinct Sega Saturn titles. On the left, we have 1, Umanari, 1 Haron Gekiju, a horse racing simulation game based on the popular manga of the same name. The game lets you become a trainer and owner, raising thoroughbreds with unique personalities inherited from their parents, and making crucial decisions about their training and race schedules. It highlights the character designs by the original manga author, and features realistic voice acting from announcers. This faithful adaptation simulates the full experience of horse racing, even including overseas Gekwan races. The right side promotes Gektor, a high-speed 3D shooting game. It boasts impressive graphics and incorporates the latest technology like point light sources and morphing to create an immersive experience. The text describes intense action with homing lasers and bullet barrages as you pilot a crimson fighter through the void, carrying the fate of the Earth on your shoulders. The game is highlighted as being available for sale at 5,800 yen. This page features a prominent advertisement for the upcoming Sega Saturn title, Blue Breaker. Positioned on the left, the artwork showcases the main characters of this love simulation RPG, highlighting its vibrant art style and the tagline, "A smile is better than a sword." The game is announced with a release date of October 30th, featuring a note that the date has changed and is just 2 weeks away, promising a super luxury bonus with the first print run. The right side of the page is dedicated to News Dynamite, providing updates on Sega Saturn-related events and information. It covers the SEGA Saturn Digital Circus 97, a popular nationwide event making a return, with dates listed for various cities across Japan. It also mentions a Sega Saturn Festa focused on Story of Seth Wind Island, including a Talk Live event and figure displays. The section also introduces Saturn Kingdom, described as an entertainment information hub supporting readers. Upcoming Talk Live events are scheduled, featuring discussions on games like Devil Summoners, Soul Hackers, Virtua, and Sonic SAR. This page is a reader submission form printed in the magazine, serving multiple purposes for fans to interact with Saturn Fan. On the left, it functions as an entry ticket for a reader present giveaway, requiring personal details like name, address, and phone number. Below that is a section to list game scores, featuring titles like Samurai Showdown RPG, Megami Tensei Devil Summoner, Winning Post 2, Dead or Alive, and Cross Romance. The right side includes spaces for general fan mail or submissions to specific columns like the Conehead Club and the Game Score chart. There's also a survey asking readers which presents they desire from the current issue's offerings. It encourages readers to use the form to share their thoughts, scores, and enter contests. This page features a roundup of gaming news and related items. We get a look at the SNK radio show, Nauchu, and see TV appearances by Kenji Inuma, a developer discussing game creation. An exciting event is highlighted: the Mega Man 10th Anniversary Expo happening in November, showcasing the history of the Blue Bomber. For collectors, there's limited edition Resident Evil merchandise, like jackets and keyrings. New releases in the spotlight include a guidebook for digital pinball and a CD single for the opening theme of Shin Megami Tensei Devil Summoner. Fans of Ginga Ojo-sama Densetsu Yuna can listen to character voices via a telephone service. There's also a look at the new in-store Touch Go-Go information terminals and figures from the Macross series. Finally, the page announces a giveaway, with prizes like Dead or Alive software, GeoVector t-shirts, and Super Real Mahjong 7 telecards, with a deadline at the end of October. A long list of winners for previous contests is also included. The Sega Saturn market is thriving, driven by the massive success of Super Robot Wars Fring, which has sold over 500,000 units. Other strong performers, like Neon Genesis, Evangelion, and Grandia, are also doing well, alongside numerous new releases. Highly anticipated arcade ports, particularly fighting games like Vampire Savior and Virtua Fighter 3, are generating significant buzz. Fan-requested ports, including Virtua Fighter 3, The House of the Dead, and To Heart, demonstrate the diverse desires of Saturn players. Overall, the market is vibrant, fueled by popular titles and a desire for high-quality arcade ports. This page contains the reader rankings and reviews section, highlighting what Saturn players were enjoying at the time. The top spot goes to Prelura/Arcade Gears, a collection praised for bringing arcade action home, although some found the short gameplay loop a bit disappointing despite the impressive visuals. Other ranked titles include Those Who Hunt Elves, which was popular among fans of the original work despite some gameplay issues, and the adventure title Darkseid 2, noted for its HR Giger-influenced graphics. The reviews offer a mix of sweet points, appreciating aspects like presentation, atmosphere, and faithfulness to source material, alongside spicy criticisms on controls, difficulty, pacing, or lack of content. The page also calls for readers to submit their own game reviews for upcoming issues, listing several titles targeted for future critique, including Dead or Alive and Kyo Flying Squadron 2. This page kicks off the Game Research Institute section, diving deep into strategy guides for various titles. The main focus here is the simulation RPG, Zelda Schilt, offering a comprehensive breakdown of everything from start to finish. The guide explains how events unfold based on your actions, particularly how contributing to different nations and managing hostility impacts hidden parameters and the story's progression. It details the conditions for various events and how your choices lead to different outcomes and endings, highlighting 5 essential shared battles across all countries and specific events tied to advancing your knight rank. There's also a section dedicated to acquiring the most powerful equipment, listing special items available in different city shops and through specific events, including details on hidden weapons and their stats. The page features character portraits and screenshots showing gameplay scenes, illustrating battles and character interactions. The goal is clearly to help players uncover all secrets and achieve their desired ending in this intricate simulation. The header also indicates coverage of Mobile Suit Z Gundam Part 2 on the following page. This page offers a strategy guide for Mobile Suit Z Gundam Part 2, Riding the Universe. It focuses on overcoming challenging boss battles, detailing hidden game information, and tips for efficient play. The guide explains how using save data from the first part unlocks hidden stages in the second. It covers the benefits of leveling up, outlining how experience gained from defeating enemies improves pilot and mobile suit stats like energy, armor, and lock-on capabilities. The page provides tables detailing mobile suit attack powers and enemy unit durability across various stages. It specifically recommends effective attack strategies, highlighting the saber for close combat and the high mega buster for bosses. Screenshots illustrate gameplay moments and the stage clear screen, guiding players to master the game's mechanics and hidden elements. This page features strategy guide content for Super Robot Wars F, continuing from the previous issue with detailed map walkthroughs up to episode 20. It provides essential data for pilots and units appearing for the first time, and finally reveals a comprehensive list of spirit commands and special skills, crucial for mastering the tactical turn-based gameplay. The striking cover art features 2 key female characters from the game, Lefina Enfil and Violetta Vadim. Additionally, the page initiates a new interview series called Saturn Dreams, aiming to delve into the passion of game developers. The first guest is Shinji Hirao, the director of Desaimon 2, a unique game creation tool. Hirao discusses his goals and efforts in creating Desaimon 2, aiming for player satisfaction and focusing on presentation details like enemy patterns and boss battles, stating he put everything he wanted into the game. He also shares his personal favorite game series, naming Konami's legendary Castlevania titles. This page continues the Super Robot Wars F strategy guide, delving into the game's scenario branching paths and offering detailed map strategies. It presents a flowchart illustrating how choices up to episode 25 influence whether you proceed down the real robot or super robot routes. The guide then focuses on scenario 24, Objective, Londbell, providing a turn-by-turn flow of events, including enemy and reinforcement appearances. A visual map highlights deployment zones and unit movements. Strategic advice is offered for the battle phases, emphasizing utilizing terrain for counterattacks and prioritizing specific enemy units like the Gundams and Sakiel. The page also lists appearing units, including ally and enemy forces with their levels, along with a list of items obtainable on the map. Finally, a section highlights the third angel, Sakiel, explaining its formidable at field and suggesting strategies to overcome it. This page lays out the branching story paths and offers a detailed map strategy for a key scenario in Super Robot Wars F. This page continues the Super Robot Wars Flex strategy guide, detailing 2 more challenging scenarios. Scenario 25, Assassin's Head for Londbell, is a common route battle where you face a mix of enemies including Char's Zaku, Rosso's Ideon, Baldios's Shapiro, and even Evangelion's Third Angel Sachiel alongside Gundam units. The strategy involves quickly dealing with initial guest forces, then prioritizing the formidable Sachiel with its powerful at field, and finally clearing out the remaining reinforcements. Repair units are crucial here. Scenario 26, the terrifying Devil Gundam, follows the real robot path. Here, you're surrounded by Drake's forces from Dunbine, culminating in a confrontation with Doman and the massive Devil Gundam. The key strategies involve using your Dunbine units, especially Shao, to rush key enemy positions and utilize terrain advantages. Be prepared for large waves of reinforcements in the latter half of the battle, and prioritize powerful attacks like aura slashes against tough bosses like Willwipes and the Devil Gundam itself. Both scenarios offer specific obtainable items upon completion. This Super Robot Wars F strategy guide covers scenarios 27, Devil Gundam again, and 28, Goragon Crisis. Scenario 27 involves rescuing Gran Galan, battling Drake's forces, and the Devil Gundams. Key is quickly defeating initial units, focusing on reducing the Devil Gundam's HP to 80% for its retreat. Scenario 28, a common scenario, sees the Land Bell force under attack. The first half focuses on preventing enemy river crossings using terrain advantages and powerful spirit commands. The second half involves defending against reinforcements, prioritizing high-powered attackers against Regeos, the key boss, who benefits from an at-field. Effective unit positioning and targeted attacks are crucial for success in both scenarios. Please provide the text you would like summarized. This page features a detailed guide for 2 scenarios in the tactical RPG Super Robot Wars F. Scenario 31, titled Jet Scrander Crisis, focuses on a battle involving Mazinger Z, Getter Robo, and units from Heavy Metal LGAIM against the Posadal forces. The guide provides a map of the battlefield and offers strategic advice broken down into the early, middle, and late stages of the fight, including dealing with reinforcements and the powerful enemy unit Rage equals Gaos. It also lists the units you'll deploy and the enemies you'll encounter, plus items you can acquire. Following this is Scenario 32, Nerve Attack, which centers on the Evangelion units defending Nerve from the relentless attacks of the Angels. The map shows an urban environment, and the strategy guide walks players through the key moments, particularly highlighting how to handle the 4th Angel, Shamshul. It suggests using air units to control the Angel's movement, and coordinating attacks with your super robot team. Like the previous scenario, it lists participating units, enemy forces, and potential item drops. The guide emphasizes important units and tactics for successfully completing each mission, offering valuable tips for navigating these challenging stages. This page delves into Scenario 33, titled Ambition of Dokuga, in Super Robot Wars F, presented as a common scenario. The guide outlines the mission flow, detailing how enemy reinforcements will appear on turn 3, and other enemy groups will retreat under specific conditions involving destroying enemy bases. Strategic advice is broken down into pre-battle and post-battle phases. The pre-battle strategy emphasizes dealing with the dangerous enemy reinforcements that appear on turn 3, recommending the use of powerful units like Mazinger Z or Getter Robo to concentrate fire and force them to retreat quickly. The post-battle strategy focuses on maximizing experience and money gains by carefully managing the enemy retreats, specifically advising players to leave one battleship from a key enemy group until last, before destroying it to trigger a full retreat of that force. The page also introduces new pilots and units appearing in this section of the game. It includes comprehensive lists of ally and enemy pilots and units, providing their stats. Specific attention is given to key enemy units like the Gornagor, noting its relatively weak weapons and short range compared to units like the Godshot gun and the Kernagor battleship, highlighting its dangerous close-range ram attack and identifying it as the strongest of the 3 enemy battleships. This page is a deep dive into the pilot abilities featured in Super Robot Wars Fae, specifically detailing the spirit commands and special abilities available to both ally and enemy pilots, up to Scenario 33, the Ambition of Dokuga scenario we just covered. It presents comprehensive lists for a vast number of characters, including fan favorites like Amuro Ray, Camille Baidan, and Judao Ashta from the Gundam universe, showing exactly which spirit commands, like Spirit for high damage, Sure Hit for guaranteed attacks, or Luck for double money, they learn, and at what pilot level. It also details their special abilities, such as new type levels, guard, shield defense, or potential. This information is crucial for strategy, allowing players to plan their unit deployment and actions based on the unique buffs, recovery skills, and passive bonuses each pilot brings to their mecha. Understanding the enemy pilot abilities listed here is equally important for anticipating threats and planning defenses. It's a fantastic resource for maximizing efficiency and navigating the challenges of the game's midsection. This page is a detailed strategy guide for Dead or Alive, focusing on the core mechanics and tactics needed for victory in competitive play. It begins by explaining the fundamental 3-way system of strike, throw, and hold, emphasizing the importance of reading your opponent within this rock-paper-scissors structure. The guide then moves into more advanced techniques, such as executing the guard catch, Ukemi, for recovery, and utilizing different types of defensive and offensive holds to counter specific attacks or punish opponents. It also covers exploiting opponent states like stun and crumple to maximize damage opportunities, illustrated with numerous screenshots showcasing characters like Kasumi, Yan Li, and Hayabusa performing these techniques. The guide offers actionable advice for players looking to improve their understanding of the game's strategic depth beyond just basic inputs. It highlights key tactical considerations for forcing opponents into vulnerable states or escaping pressure. Brief summary. This page provides a strategy guide for Dead or Alive, explaining the core combat system, defensive techniques like holds and recovery, and offensive tactics to exploit opponent weaknesses. This page dives into character-specific strategies for Dead or Alive, detailing effective battle tactics and recommended moves for 8 different fighters. Each section highlights a character, including Kasumi, Tina, Bayman, Liefang, Yan Li, Hayabusa, Zack, and Genfu, offering insights into their strengths and optimal playstyles. For instance, Kasumi is noted for her versatile offense and punishing defensive opponents, while Tina excels with powerful throws and overholds. Bayman is highlighted for his high damage, Liefang for her balanced abilities and effective counters, and Yan Li for his decisive offensive combos. Hayabusa is even described as undoubtedly the strongest, praised for his potent throws and ground attacks. Zack's strategy revolves around reading defensive holds, and Genfu focuses on exploiting close-range openings. Each character breakdown includes a table listing key moves, their command inputs using directional arrows and buttons for punch, kick, and hold, and their attack properties like high, mid, low, throw, or O. The introduction emphasizes that this section validates basic battle tactics within the game's system and picks out the most useful moves for each character, explaining the table's columns. It's a practical guide for players looking to master specific characters. This page features 2 main sections. On the left, the Sega PC Club highlights the Sakura Taisen Digital Data Collection, Taisho 12-year computer records, a PC release allowing fans to create custom wallpapers using character models, selecting poses, expressions, and backgrounds not seen in the game. It includes bonus content like screensavers and icons, and lists the PC system requirements. There's also a gift campaign related to this release. On the right, the Prize Explorer section showcases the latest arcade prizes arriving in November. Prominently featured is the Banpresto Sentimental Graffiti Figure Collection Volume 1 and Sega's own Sakura Taisen Combat Version keychain figures, showing off the detailed figures available to win. The page also previews a Christmas-themed collection of plushies and other prizes, including coin banks and a voice changer, signaling the upcoming holiday season. It concludes with an announcement detailing how to enter giveaways for some of the featured prizes. It's great to see Sega pushing into PC releases and also highlighting the vibrant arcade prize scene with popular character goods. This page features 2 ongoing columns. On the left is the Sakura Ebi no Elf Corner, which provides updates and mentions the game Yuno and a Windows 95 port of Kawarasaki-kei no Ichizoku. It includes charming illustrations related to the column's theme. There's also a character file spotlighting Mitsuki Ichijo, featuring illustrations showing an emotional moment and a portrait, noting her background and stats. On the right is the 6th installment of the serialized column Hop Step Idle Backup page. How about being an idol? This section focuses on gameplay mechanics in an idol simulation game, specifically detailing how players can improve their idol's abilities through lessons and increase their popularity by taking on various jobs. Screenshots show the lesson and job selection screens. The column also announces a recruitment drive, asking for name suggestions for a new idol unit based on 4 featured individuals whose photos are shown. The article discusses how success in jobs affects rapport with co-stars and triggers events. There's also a prize campaign related to the column. This page prominently features DJ Wars, touted as the first DJ simulation game software. The main visual showcases several distinct characters, the game logo, and a turntable, hinting at a rhythm and music focus. The game promises modes like Story Mode for DJ battles and a Studio Mode for free DJ play using your own crids, suggesting a unique interactive music experience. It features music production by Avex Group. The page indicates a release target of late November '97. Alongside the main game feature are various small articles and comics, including personal commentary in the Conehead Club and free sections, plus comic strip features like Go and the X-Files, common filler content in such publications. This page covers several reader interaction sections. The 12th cover prediction contest results are announced, with Grandia and Princess Crown being popular guesses. The 6th Illustration Hall of Fame showcases fan art, judged by Professor Moria Empat, highlighting an illustration based on Quo Vadis 2. A section titled, Voices Hoping for Sequels, features reader requests for follow-ups to their favorite games, including art depicting desired characters. The Kids Hope Corner within the Cornhead Club features reader opinions on the game market, discussing issues like used game prices and Sega Saturn hardware limitations, alongside a drawing of Phantasy Star characters. The illustration gallery displays more fan-submitted artwork, featuring characters like Leona from King of Fighters 97, Tina, and imagery from Initial D. Finally, the Corn Kids Network board is a reader letter section where fans discuss various topics, including Saturn game ports to the PlayStation, the appeal of dating simulation games, Gouge, and the Saturn's capabilities with 3D graphics. This page is packed with fan contributions, a real celebration of Sega Saturn fans expressing their love for their favorite games and characters. The We Are Supporters section highlights several games, including the highly anticipated Sakura Wars 2, with readers sharing their excitement and appreciation for the characters featured in game show demos and stage shows. There's also a spot for newcomers joining the Dragon Force Friends Association, showing off some neat fan art. Moving down, the EVA Complimentary Committee features fan interpretations and thoughts on Evangelion, showing off the iconic Unit 01 and character art. The main Dragon Force Friends Association continues with more fan art and comments on characters like Junion and Goldor. The Vampire Groovy section showcases cool fan art from the Darkstalkers series, highlighting popular characters like Morrigan. The Lunar Magic Guild is a hub for Lunar fans, discussing adventures in Lunar 2 and the challenge of bosses like Galeon. The Sega Am Freak section covers a diverse range of Sega arcade and console hits, featuring art and comments on games like Panzer Dragoon Saga, Nights into Dreams, House of the Dead, Mr. Bones, and Fighters Megamix characters. Finally, a Q&A section answers reader questions about magazine submissions and content, followed by clear guidelines for submitting your own art and letters to the Cornhead Club. It's great to see how passionate these fans are about the Saturn library. This page displays extensive real-time game rankings, including overall and age-specific breakdowns for Sega Saturn titles released up to September 4th. This page features a reader questionnaire and gift campaign. It's a chance for Sega Saturn fans to share their thoughts on the magazine and their gaming preferences for a shot at winning some software. The survey covers topics like the reader's background, other magazines they read, hardware they own, and their opinions on articles and games featured in this issue, referencing lists provided. There's also a detailed table of upcoming Sega Saturn games scheduled for release after October 23, 1997, which readers are asked about. The page also explains the criteria used for game evaluation, such as character control, sound design, replayability, and originality. Readers need to fill out a postcard by October 30th, following specific instructions to enter. The prizes include titles like Sakura Wars, J.League Pro Soccer Club, and Devil Summoner, Soul Hackers, among others, listed with their page numbers. This page presents a comprehensive list of Sega Saturn software titles available up to October 16, 1997, organized by genre. It's essentially a database of games for readers to reference, likely related to the questionnaire on the previous page, where readers were asked about games they owned or wanted. The list covers a wide variety of genres, including fighting action featuring titles like Virtua Fighter 2 and X-Men vs. Street Fighter, simulation with games such as Sakura Wars and Vandal Hearts, and 3D shooting listing titles like Panzer Dragoon and Virtua Cop 2. Sports titles like Virtua Striker and Sega Worldwide Soccer 97 are present, alongside puzzle games including Baku Animal and Columns. The list continues, with role-playing games like Shining Force 2i and Dragon Force, action games such as Nights into Dreams and Sonic Jam, adventure titles like Myst and the Mansion of Hidden Souls, and racing games including Sega Touring Car Championship and Daytona USA. Finally, there are categories for Mahjong and other miscellaneous games, highlighting the diverse library available on the platform during this period. This page serves as a valuable resource for fans looking to explore the vast selection of Sega Saturn games. This page dives into reader feedback from the questionnaire, presenting a collection of voices from around Japan, sharing their thoughts on various Saturn topics and games. The main feature introduces DJ Wars, a music simulation game for the Sega Saturn from Spike, set for release in mid-November. The big draw here is its unique CD swapping function, allowing players to use any audio CD as a source for mixing, offering potentially infinite sound possibilities beyond the game's included music. The article breaks down how this works, highlighting the ability to swap creds easily during playback. It also details the game's mixing features, including effects like scratching and sampling, though some limitations apply when using external creds compared to the built-in tracks. Screenshots show the mixing interface and the Saturn console itself, emphasizing the physical CD swapping mechanic. The page also features interviews with characters from the game, like club owners Kenta and Faye, giving their perspective on the music and the game's vibe. Finally, there's a section ranking readers' favorite articles from the magazine, with an article about Super Robot Wars topping the charts for multiple weeks, showing its popularity among the readership. A contest is also announced, inviting readers to predict the ranking results for the next issue. This page features a special interview with DJ and artist John Robinson, whose music is integral to the new game DJ Wars. John talks about his long-held dream of creating music for games, a dream he's finally realizing with this project. He shares his background, from his time at the famous Juliana's Tokyo Club, to his extensive DJ and music career. He discusses his new album, 7, explaining the meaning behind the title track, Everything's Gonna Be Alright, which is also the opening theme for DJ Wars. John offers insights into the game itself, discussing the quality of the included tracks across various genres like hard trance and jungle, and commenting positively on the game's interface and controls that complement the mixing experience previously mentioned. He emphasizes the positive message in his music and hopes players connect with it. The page also lists his recent discography and the track list for his new album. He encourages fans to check out the game and the new album, also mentioning an upcoming radio appearance to discuss them further. This page showcases the Sega Saturn port of the trap adventure game, Dukoku Soshite. It proudly unveils the high-resolution mode, running at 640 by 224 dots with 32,000 colors, and presents initial screenshots demonstrating the visual quality. The article mentions the artwork is based on the original designs by Yokota, and is currently 70% complete in terms of coloring for the CGS shown, with overall development at 45%. Featured are introductions to some of the characters, including Norma Wendy, a foreign exchange student, Riko Sasamoto, the protagonist's classmate who loves piano and Chopin, and Itsumi Hanajima, an energetic girl. The page also gives a brief overview of the game's genre and development status. This page delves deeper into the Sega Saturn title, Dukoku Soshite, highlighting its unique trap divergence story, TDS, system. This system makes solving the game's numerous traps the key to altering the narrative, potentially leading to over 20 different endings, depending on how you proceed. Successfully navigating traps can unlock special event scenes, while failure might lead to less favorable outcomes. The game also boasts a talented voice cast, though the specific roles for each actor are still under wraps. The announcement features 10 voice actors, including prominent names known for roles in anime like Neon Genesis, Evangelion, Crayon Shin-chan, and Revolutionary Girl Utena, promising a high-quality audio experience. Furthermore, the page introduces 2 previously unseen characters, Shirakawa Kosuzu, a quiet and gentle maid, and Adaoki Chizu, a fashionable but self-conscious student from the archery club. Screenshots show these characters alongside others. Finally, there's a promotion for readers to win autograph boards signed by the voice cast, and a notice about a special CG of the character Itsumi, appearing in an upcoming magazine issue. This page focuses on the drastically changed game system of Saturn Bomberman Fight. It highlights major departures from previous Bomberman titles, particularly the introduction of fully 3D stages and an HP system. No longer is it a single-hit knockout, players now have a health bar, adding a new layer of strategy and prolonged battles. The article also details the new actions available in the game, allowing for more dynamic movement and combat on the 3D maps. These include jumping over obstacles or bomb blasts, riding other characters, dashing for quick movement, throwing bombs, performing a somersault for evasive maneuvers, and kicking bombs to send them sliding across the stage. Screenshots illustrate these new abilities and the visual impact of different bomb explosions, emphasizing the increased power and scope of attacks. The overall tone conveys excitement about these significant updates, promising a fresh and engaging Bomberman experience. This page delves further into Saturn Bomberman Fight, outlining the game's 3 modes: Battle Mode, Story Mode, and the new Survival Mode. Battle Mode introduces systems like the Pressure Bomb that drops from the sky, and Mini Bomb, which shrinks players when hit, adding strategic depth. Survival mode challenges players to win consecutive one-on-one matches against the computer, offering HP recovery between rounds and special CG rewards for streaks. A major highlight is the unpredictable item. Picking it up triggers one of 10 random effects, ranging from powering up bombs and movement speed to negative outcomes like slowed movement, reversed controls, or even the inability to jump. It keeps every match exciting and uncertain. The game also features a significant cast with 14 characters rendered in polygons for a fresh look. These characters now have voice acting, enhancing the presentation. New faces include Louisa, Honey, Mommy, the Golem Bomber, a mysterious character, and several others like the Ninja Fuku and Samurai Kotetsu. New rides are also introduced, like the White Horse that dismounts you upon taking damage but offers utility within a time limit. Winning streak bonuses in the form of special cutscenes add extra flair to victory. This page delves into Arcana Strikes, a unique card-based RPG. The game is set in the fantasy Arcana world, protected by mythical Arcana cards. The goal is to liberate the 22 legendary Arcana cards scattered across the land to bring peace back to the world. The gameplay loop follows a standard RPG structure. Exploring the world map leads to specific areas, then to towns or dungeons where you gather information, buy and sell cards, and engage in battles. Battles are card-based RPG style. The game features a vast collection of 300 card types, including the powerful Arcana cards, Mighty cards, and Monster cards. Players build decks, up to 24 cards, to use in battle. Mighty cards seal powerful magic and unleash various effects, from single-target attacks to area effect spells when two of the same level are used together. Monsters and Mighty cards also have attributes: earth, water, lightning, fire, wind, with specific strengths and weaknesses depicted in a cyclical diagram, adding strategic depth to combat. Monster cards are companions in battle. There are around 200 types, and they gain experience. Some monsters can undergo class up at certain levels, evolving into stronger forms, like the Petite Dragon, evolving into a Heavy Dragon. Monsters can also learn powerful special moves by using skill cards, with each monster potentially learning up to 4 skills, making tactical skill assignment crucial. The game is presented as approachable for card game beginners, while offering depth for experienced players, featuring showy battle effects. This page is a comprehensive report on Bubble Symphony, the true sequel to the classic Bubble Bobble, making its way to the Sega Saturn. It confirms the core gameplay loop of trapping enemies in bubbles and popping them remains intact, but significant new elements and items are added to deepen the experience. Special bubble types like fire, water, wind, lightning, and rainbow bubbles are introduced, adding strategic attack options. There's a variety of items to collect, including normal items, food for points, and crucial big keys required to finish the game. The page also highlights the 4 playable characters, the familiar Bub and Bob, along with the new characters Kululun and Kororon. Each character has unique stats, affecting their speed and bubble abilities, encouraging players to find a favorite. A unique feature is the stage selection system, where defeating a boss opens doors to different worlds, allowing players to choose their path through the game's 19 diverse worlds. Screenshots showcase some wild stage designs, including one that looks like a spaceship battle, and another featuring a giant robot boss. Finally, there's a small announcement about a giveaway for a Bublun piggy bank. This Saturn port looks packed with content, expanding significantly on the original's formula. This page continues the report, focusing on Princess Crown, an RPG developed by a collaboration between Sega and Atlas. The key feature highlighted is that the game isn't just about the main protagonist, Princess Gradriel, but offers multiple stories for different characters that intertwine. The page delves into 3 of these sub-characters and their motivations for embarking on their journeys. We're introduced to Edward Gloucester, a skilled knight focused on hunting down a black dragon, accompanied by his dragon companion Ignis. Then there's Proserpina, a young and energetic witch in training on a quest to become a full-fledged sorceress, often seen with her impolite companion Gabriel. Finally, the swashbuckling pirate Portgas Crisford is featured, motivated by the hunt for Captain Drake's legendary treasure, accompanied by his talking bird Ulu. Character artwork and various screenshots are spread across the page, illustrating moments from each character's storyline and showcasing the game's distinctive visual style. The report emphasizes how these individual journeys connect to form a larger narrative tapestry in the world of Princess Crown. This page features a report on Lunar Magic School as its release nears completion. The focus is on 2 key aspects: the unique combination magic system and an introduction to the game's opening story. The report details the combination magic system, explaining how two characters can combine their individual magic spells to unleash more powerful and flashy attacks. Examples shown include a devastating chain lightning spell and a swirling blade and whirl attack, resembling a black hole, demonstrating the strategic depth added by this feature. There's also mention of a support combination, Lovely Cheer Girl, which boosts the party's stats. The article then delves into the early plot, starting with the prologue, where the protagonists, Ellie and Lena, are scouted for the magic school by the enigmatic Glenn. It covers their initial adventures, hinting at the appearance of villains like Memphis, before transitioning to the first chapter where they arrive at the school, located on Yen Island. Screenshots depict the characters interacting, exploring the island, and meeting fellow students, setting the stage for their magical education and the events to come. The visuals showcase the game's vibrant character designs and environments. This page dives into the Legend of Heroes 2-1, Prophecy of the Moonlight Witch for the Sega Saturn, highlighting key improvements and the game's opening narrative. The article emphasizes the shift from the PC version's auto battle to a command selection system, offering players more direct control over combat actions, magic use, and even character positioning. It notes enhanced character actions, victory poses, and special effects that add visual flair compared to its predecessor. The opening story details the pilgrimage of protagonists Julio and Chris. Their journey leads them to the Divine Mirror, which reveals a disturbing vision of the future, a once beautiful landscape ravaged by destruction. This mysterious event kicks off their adventure, hinting at the turmoil to come. Along their path, they begin to meet allies who will join their party, including the quirky, natural Klutz thief, Goose, and the skilled beauty, Shara, adept in disguise and archery. The feature showcases vibrant character portraits and detailed isometric battlefield and story scenes, giving a taste of the adventure ahead. This page features a detailed look at Galaxy Fraulein Una 3, Lightning Angel, a tactical adventure game. It covers the opening chapter's story, introduces new and returning characters, and highlights the game's blend of adventure and simulation combat as Yuna and her allies face a new threat. The magazine delves into the first chapter of Una 3, describing how the peaceful days in Neo-Tokyo are shattered by the sudden appearance of a giant shadow and mechanical soldiers, led by the Mechanical Emperor. The game mixes adventure sequences with tactical simulation-style battles. Yuna must gather her friends, both old and new, to fight back. The page showcases various screenshots including character portraits, dialogue scenes, isometric battle maps, and action sequences. A key enemy introduced is Kika, one of the powerful 6 flowers of the Mechanical Empire. The stakes are raised with a massive missile, Firefall, threatening Earth itself, launched by the Mechanical Emperor. The feature includes dynamic character art and in-game visuals, giving players a taste of the action and the dire situation Yuna finds herself in. This page dives into the action game Ninku e Umamaru, highlighting its charming characters and impressive action sequences. The report focuses on Umamaru's journey to collect golden origami pieces. Players control Umamaru, exploring various stages and battling rival characters to progress. The core gameplay involves running, jumping, and utilizing special moves, such as a triple jump or a unique spinning jump, to navigate the environment and overcome obstacles. The page showcases different actions Umamaru can perform, and how he uses his head to solve puzzles or interact with objects. Rival characters like Ranshi the Rabbit and Tasuke the Cat are introduced, adding challenges to Umamaru's quest. Special items like Nico coins and lightning balls, likely power-ups or collectibles, are also featured. The game boasts diverse stages, including jungles and areas floating in the sky, each presenting different challenges. A significant part of the feature is dedicated to the voice actors, including messages from the cast who voice the characters, and there's even a contest offering signed papers from them. The preview emphasizes the game's fidelity to the Ninku anime, and the fun atmosphere during the voice recording sessions. Makachi, a groundbreaking visual novel from Chunsoft, features the pregnancy incident scenario. The protagonist, Hanzawa Yuhei, a popular school hero, faces a pregnancy scare from a past classmate, triggering a comedic and tragic entanglement. Unlikely characters like an otaku and yakuza muscleman become involved, placing Yuhei in a difficult situation. The scenario introduces key characters like Kurashina Ami, Minako Akiba, and Katase Yuki, along with a mysterious antagonist, Aoi Norio. Screenshots depict key moments, including Akami's confession and Yuhei's yakuza conflict. A relationship chart visually displays the complex connections between characters, highlighting love, threat, and witness relationships, showcasing Machichi's multi-perspective narrative. The intertwined fates of various characters promise a suspenseful and engaging experience. This page delves into Wizardry Nemesis on the Sega Saturn, presenting it as a fresh take on the classic dungeon RPG series. It highlights significant updates, including the introduction of around 100 event movies that enhance the narrative experience. The game also features numerous intricate puzzles designed to challenge players, moving beyond simple item collection. A major departure is the shift to a real-time battle system, demanding quick reflexes and strategic timing, making combat encounters intense and fast-paced. The page includes various screenshots showcasing the game's visuals, from exploration scenes and detailed event CGS to the dynamic real-time battles. There's also an interview with key development staff from Shuei System and Rokus, discussing their approach to bringing this new vision of wizardry to life, and the challenges involved in maintaining quality and pacing. Overall, the article positions Wizardry Nemesis as an ambitious evolution, aiming to retain the series' depth while offering a more modern and immersive experience. This page covers the Sega Saturn version of Vandal Hearts, presented as a significantly evolved 3D simulation RPG compared to its PlayStation counterpart. It highlights that this is not just a simple port, but includes numerous original elements and improvements. Key enhancements include a new CG opening movie, powered-up and flashier event and battle effects, and refined background visuals. The Saturn version also adds extra content like new battle maps, additional magic spells for character classes, and various gameplay tweaks like cursor improvements. The page introduces the main cast of characters, starting with the hero Ash Lambert and his rival Kane Schultz, followed by Ash's reliable companions Jose Carbajal, Clive Ballard, and Eliza Shiva, and the genius mage Elena Nasul. Screenshots showcase the game's isometric battle view, with enhanced effects and some impressive CG visuals. This page provides an exciting update on the upcoming Sega Saturn title, Chaos Seed, Feng Shui Chronicle, focusing specifically on the contents of the limited edition bonus CD. It reveals that this special CD is packed with extras, including character introductions with voice acting, arranged versions of the game's background music, a voice library, and even includes all the comics from the magazine about the game. The page features screenshots showing the character introduction menu, the unique cat-like creature central to the game's system, and illustrations of the main character, the heroine, and the adorable young dragon creature called Yoryusen. There's also a comic strip which seems to react to the game's release date shifting to December 4th, expressing a mix of disappointment over the delay, but building anticipation for the game itself and the substantial bonus CD content. The page emphasizes the value of this special edition for fans looking forward to diving deep into the world of Chaos Seed. This page dives into the exciting world of steep slope sliders for the Sega Saturn, a game designed to make you feel the thrill of snowboarding. The feature is titled, Season Arrived, Gather, Us Air Habituals, hinting at the game's focus on catching big air. The game boasts varied courses set in 7 locations across 6 countries, including Italy, America, and Canada, offering both speed-focused runs and freestyle areas where you can perform a wide array of tricks. There are over 20 types of tricks available, from basic grabs like the tail grab and nose bone, to more complex maneuvers like flips and spins in the half-pipe. The screenshots showcase the fast-paced action, diverse environments, and the game's trick system, even featuring playful names for trick variations like salivation. A notable feature is the robust replay editing function, allowing players to create custom playback videos by adjusting camera angles, speed, and adding effects, making it fun to review impressive runs or share them with friends. Beyond the core snowboarding experience, the page teases some truly unique elements, including an extra stage featuring a dog character on a pink board, shown in a surreal space environment, humorously titled Doggy Dog. The game even includes a playful warning about becoming an air habitual and potential in-air poisoning from spending too much time performing tricks. You can select from 4 different characters to hit the slopes. This page showcases Shin Megami Tensei Ronde, a simulation RPG for the Saturn that builds upon the established system of the Super Famicom series. The game delves into themes of reincarnation and the bonds between brothers, promising a deeply dramatic narrative. The gameplay is divided between the world map for movement and shopping, and the stage map where battles take place. The combat follows a turn-based system, alternating between the player phase and enemy phase. A core mechanic revolves around how you utilize demons, offering 3 distinct methods: fighting alongside human units, unitization, entering into contracts to enhance human units, or using them as materials at the remix station. Recruiting new demon allies often involves negotiation through dialogue during battles, requiring careful choices to succeed. The remix station allows you to combine demons, remix, or imprint powers, inject, and the options available here expand as you progress through the story. The page also touches upon standard RPG elements, like combat commands, equipping gear, and leveling up units. The next page provides a detailed overview of the initial stages in Shin Megami Tensei Ronde, highlighting the story progression and key characters encountered. The plot begins with the protagonist's brother being abducted, leading the party on a quest that spans various locations. The game progresses through distinct stages, starting at the National Museum where the abduction occurs. The journey takes the party to Yoyogi Park, Nyoko City for laboratory investigation, Shinjuku, and finally into a virtual space. Along the way, new allies join the fight against the demons. Notable characters introduced include the protagonist Asuka Miroku, his high school friends Sakurako and Keita, supportive figures like Sawaki and Charlie Watts, and powerful individuals like Sim Howard. Some demons or former adversaries, such as Azazel and Rika, also become playable party members. The page features screenshots depicting dialogue scenes, exploration in different environments, and a glimpse of the battle system and the demon modification menu, reinforcing the game's tactical RPG nature with its focus on character interaction and demon management. This page highlights 2 different Sega Saturn titles. On the left is Tactical Fighter, a simulation game focused on training a young woman named Hitomi in martial arts to save her father. The gameplay centers around managing her daily schedule, including training, part-time jobs, and leisure, influencing her stats and leading to various outcomes and endings. The graphics show character interactions and menu screens. On the right is Ninja Jajamaru-kun, Onigiri Ninpocho Gold, an action game bringing the classic series into 3D. Players control Jajamaru from behind as he fights yokai to rescue Princess Sakura, utilizing sword attacks and shuriken. The game features challenging stages with traps and different routes, incorporating CG movies for boss introductions. Picking up scrolls provides ninja magic and power-ups. A notable feature is the inclusion of the original Ninja Jajamaru-kun game within this Saturn release. This page dives into the Lost World, Jurassic Park action game for the Sega Saturn, bringing the thrilling SFX film to life. The game puts players on the perilous Isla Sorna, also known as Site B, where survival hinges on navigating dangerous terrain and battling a variety of dinosaurs. A key feature is the ability to control 4 different character types, totaling 5 individuals throughout the game, including both humans and dinosaurs. You start as a small Compsognathus, then progress to playing as a human hunter, a velociraptor, the mighty Tyrannosaurus Rex, and finally, the film's heroine, Sarah Harding. Each character offers a unique perspective and playstyle, reflecting their abilities in the wild. The screenshots showcase side-scrolling action gameplay with polygon graphics, depicting intense encounters with various dinosaur species like the Stegosaurus, Allosaurus, and the Trex. The game emphasizes realistic dinosaur behavior and challenging combat. The page also highlights additional content like concept art, offering a glimpse into the game's development and the detailed creature designs. The UI includes a health gauge and an indicator for the player's current state. This page introduces Blue Breaker, Ken Yorimo Hohoemi O, an RPG incorporating romance elements. The main goal is to defeat the newly revived Demon King, but the protagonist, Kane, also needs to find a bride, according to his family's rules. The adventure is enhanced by numerous anime sequences used for events, character introductions, and the opening movie. The game world consists of floating islands connected by linear paths where combat takes place against various monsters. Navigating the map involves moving between these fixed points. Battles are primarily auto-battle, though players can give characters specific instructions. Characters react differently depending on their emotional state, which can be influenced by player actions. The Adventurers Guild serves as a hub for resting, shopping, and recruiting party members. A key aspect is the bride search, where potential candidates are encountered and their relationship with Kane develops. The female characters are noted for having a wide range of expressive animations during dialogue and events. This page showcases 2 games. Totokot Muse, an action puzzle where players use guitar-like actions to clear falling sound balls and progress through stages. Different game modes, including solo, versus, and boss battles, are highlighted. The other game, Inspector Minton's Investigation File, is a remake of a 1985% title. This detective adventure features Inspector Minton investigating a clown's murder within a circus. Players explore environments, question suspects, and gather clues through dialogue and observation to solve the case. This page introduces the unique hybrid game, Boldest, which blends strategic card battling with board game mechanics. Players move across a board, using cards featuring creatures, spells, and items to claim and develop territories, aiming to gather enough magic to win. With over 300 different cards available, players build a 50-card book to use in battle, adding depth and strategy to every encounter. The game offers various modes, including a story mode to follow the narrative, a versus mode for multiplayer matches, and a data mode for managing your card collection and reviewing profiles. The artwork, including creature designs, is highlighted as a key feature. Collecting cards is encouraged, and the game even supports trading with friends to complete your collection. This page introduces a new type of strategic board game based on Formula One called Tactics Formula. Unlike traditional racing games that rely on quick reflexes, this game emphasizes judgment and decision-making to navigate races and aim for the World Championship across 16 rounds. It features modes for single-player Grand Prix, multiplayer races with customizable conditions like weather and track layouts, and an edit mode for personalizing your cars and drivers. The game also includes an accident system where various incidents like spinouts, collisions, running out of fuel, and crashes can occur, impacting the race outcome. Also featured is extensive coverage of content related to Tokimeki Memorial, focusing on Shiori Fujisaki. Details are provided for her second album, Memories, releasing on November 6th, along with information on simultaneously released original goods including a lithograph, clear file set, postcard set, and telephone card set. Further Tokimeki Memorial news includes a print sticker machine collaboration and a giveaway for a magazine featuring a Tokimeki Memorial special issue, alongside news of a themed shop opening. This page presents an impression feature for several Sega Saturn games scheduled for release in late October. It includes reviews from multiple staff members, giving varied perspectives on each title. The featured games are Shin Megami Tensei, Ronde, an RPG, where reviewers felt the story was emphasized, but combat might have been neglected, resulting in a mixed impression and an average score of 5.0. Next is All Japan Pro Wrestling featuring Virtua, a wrestling game utilizing Virtua Fighter technology, which generally received positive feedback for its feel and fan satisfaction, scoring an average of 7.8. Lost World Jurassic Park, an action game, was noted for smooth movement but challenging controls, leading to an average score of 5.8. Finally, Steve Slopestylers, a winter sports title, had reviewers commenting on its movement and controls, finding some aspects exhilarating despite perceived flaws, averaging a score of 7.2. The page also includes introductions for the reviewers and explanations of the review process. Several upcoming Sega Saturn games are reviewed. Boldest, a strategy board game, received high praise for its depth and visuals. Hazuru Muse, a puzzle game, was deemed enjoyable but lacking in depth. Sega Ages Columns Arcade Collection was praised as a solid compilation of classic puzzle games. Raystorm, a vertical shooter, was well received as a strong port. Minton Bu no Susa File, a detective adventure, had mixed reviews. Kamen Rider Zo 1000 File 1, a simulation game, was generally well liked by fans. Legend of the Galactic Heroes Plus, an updated strategy game, was seen as appealing to fans of the series. This page features a roundtable discussion where reviewers give their impressions on several Sega Saturn games. They cover games like a pro wrestling title, noting its depth and satisfying timing-based moves. A strategy game, potentially Ronde, is discussed, with comments on its strategic depth and combat. The snowboarding game Steep Slope Sliders is praised for its realistic feel and technical gameplay, though some found the courses a bit plain. The discussion touches upon Boldest again, highlighting its unique blend of board game and card game mechanics, allowing players to build decks and conquer territory. Finally, they mention Last Bronx, focusing on the game's volume and smooth animation. The right side of the page showcases gaming merchandise available at the Gamers Store chain. It features a variety of trading card collections, including the Broccoli Hybrid Card Collection, with series like Langrisser, Virtua Call, and Kishin Duji Zenki. Other trading card sets advertised include Welcome to Pia Carrot, Tenchi Muyo, Slayers, and a Falcom collection. There are also comic anthologies for True Love Story and Last Bronx 2, along with a card holder. The page concludes with maps showing the locations of gamers stores in major Japanese cities. This page features an announcement for Legend of the Galactic Heroes Plus on Sega Saturn, a tactical simulation based on the epic space opera series. Released on October 23, 1997, for 5,800 yen, this title is presented as a significant upgrade to the previously acclaimed game, returning with enhanced power. Key improvements include the extensive use of polygon graphics for battles and scenes, and the inclusion of 36 popular voice actors to bring the characters to life. The page showcases screenshots depicting the game's interface, strategic views, and 3D space battles, promising an ultra-realistic recreation of combat and key story events. The artwork on the right highlights prominent characters from the Free Planets Alliance and Galactic Empire, including Yang Wenli and Reinhard von Lohengrin, under the tagline, "Oh, Dream of the Galaxy, once more." Additional information mentions related merchandise and events like a guidebook, video release, and anime movie screenings. This page features a two-page spread showcasing upcoming and recently released Sega Saturn titles. On the left, we have an advertisement for Can Can Bunny Extra, the third entry in the Romance Adventure series. It's highlighted as a slightly erotic game and features anime character art, along with screenshots. Released for the Sega Saturn with an 18+ age rating, it was already on sale at the time of the magazine's publication for 6,800 yen. The right side of the spread promotes Gunblaze S, a romance RPG slated for release in December 97, also priced at 6,800 yen. The artwork prominently displays a female character armed with a gun. The ad includes various screenshots showing anime portraits, what looks like CG event scenes, and top-down gameplay views typical of an RPG. Like the other game, it's for the Sega Saturn and rated 18+. It also mentions a first press bonus and a contest to win signed colored paper from the voice cast. This page introduces a brand new magazine called Nadeshiko, subtitled The Game Character Devoted Magazine. This first volume is set to release on October 24th for an estimated price of 690 yen. The magazine boasts an extra-large page size, promising a graphical experience that delves into the appeal of female characters from games, aiming to make you feel their presence on every page. The cover features Akari Kanzaki from the Battle Athletes series, and the magazine includes a major feature on Battle Athletes Alternative for the PlayStation, highlighting Akari's charm. There's also a significant focus on the Sega Saturn title, Sentimental Graffiti, showcasing scenes rendered with artist Tomohisa Kai's delicate touch and exploring the true essence of the game's 12 girls. Other prominent titles covered in this inaugural issue include True Love Story and Roommate on My Knee for PlayStation, as well as Sega Saturn's Friends and the classic Uno. They also mention including posters for Desire, suggesting a broad coverage of popular romance and adventure games across multiple platforms. The magazine is published by Tokuma Shuten and Intermedia Company. This page announces a major change for PlayStation Magazine. Starting with the October 23rd issue, the magazine will become bi-weekly, releasing every other week. This change is happening in conjunction with the common Thursday release day for PlayStation software. The magazine is also undergoing a renewal, aiming to be easier to read and more detailed for its readers. The October 23rd issue celebrates this renewal with a big feature highlighting RPGs and beautiful girl games, promising lots of scoops and a massive giveaway of rare and valuable items. Like the magazine on the previous page, it is published by Tokuma Shuten and Intermedia Company. This page is packed with Eurotech, which in the fighting game world means mastering those advanced techniques, hidden characters, and secret commands. There's a whole section dedicated to submitting your own findings, promising rewards for the most useful ones. The Street Fighter collection gets a big spotlight. For Street Fighter Alpha 2, you get the rundown on unlocking Cammy in her new costume, and how to access the true Shinakuma and alternate colors for Sakura. It also details how to get unlimited custom combo time and continuous attacks in training mode. For Super Street Fighter 2 Turbo, the focus is on the easiest way to get Shinakuma and how to play as the classic versions of the characters from Super Street Fighter 2. Samurai Showdown IV fans can learn the secret method to unlock Shinkuro, execute powerful hidden special moves under specific conditions, and even perform the famous self-destruct technique. Beyond fighting games, there are secrets for other Saturn titles. Silhouette Mirage reveals debug options like stage select and getting all shop items for free right from the start. Momotaro Dentetsu, a Japanese board game series, has secrets hidden in various locations using the bug glasses. There are also spooky findings for Kotenri Jutsu, Hyakumonogatari, and character appearance secrets for Ishin no Arashi. Finally, Desire fans can unlock a BGM select mode after clearing certain requirements. The page wraps up by calling for readers to submit their own Saturn secrets and techniques to be featured in future issues. This page dives deep into the advanced techniques of Virtua Fighter 3 TB, fitting perfectly with the previous page's focus on mastering complex maneuvers in fighting games. It promises secrets of the low kick counter and character-specific strategies for Akira and Pain, aiming to equip players for victory. The low kick counter is highlighted as a difficult technique in TB compared to the original Virtua Fighter 3, with precise timing being critical for successful throws. While throws from the low kick counter are less reliable now, striking is still effective. The counter is noted as being particularly useful for Wolf, Jeffrey, Cage, Jackie, and Sarah, giving them a frame advantage. Akira's section discusses key opening and stomping techniques. It details combinations and changes from VF3, emphasizing the importance of these core moves. While some techniques like the collapse palm can be countered by throws, others like the stomping technique are hard to deal with. Strategies for chasing after landing specific moves are also covered, noting that the best follow-up depends on the opponent's weight class. Pai's strategies focus on dealing with counters, particularly against her heart palm. The page analyzes the effectiveness of follow-ups after landing moves like heart palm or cannon, suggesting optimal strategies based on the opponent's state and weight. It also touches upon the weaknesses of some of her striking techniques and how opponents can react. The content reinforces that mastering timing and character-specific tactics is essential for high-level play in Virtua Fighter 3 TB. This page provides an exciting look at Sega's AM2 division's presence at the recent AM show, focusing on updates for Virtua Fighter 3 TB and the announcement of a Virtua Striker 2 national tournament. For Virtua Fighter 3 TB, the page delves into character analysis, specifically highlighting Pain. It discusses her enhanced escape abilities compared to the original Virtua Fighter 3 and details strategies using her varied moveset, including techniques like senpuken, parries, and connecting leg kicks. The analysis also examines the changes in TB from VF3, such as adjustments to moves like the Heaven Drop Palm and how these affect gameplay and strategy. The article includes screenshots demonstrating key Pain moves and stances. The AM Show report covers events held, including a Virtua Fighter 3 TB tournament featuring skilled players. An interview with a previous Virtua Fighter tournament champion, Kurita, offers insights into TB, noting the emphasis on continuous combos, while commenting on shifts in character balance and the strength of certain grapplers like Jeffrey. The show also featured Scud Race Plus, showcasing a new course to challenge racers. Finally, the page announces the decision to hold a nationwide Virtua Striker 2 tournament across Japan. This highlights the competitive scene for the popular arcade football game, inviting players to prove their skills and determine the nation's best. Images depict the enthusiasm surrounding the tournament and promotional materials for the game. This page covers the highlights from the AM show, with Virtual On specifically called out as a major attraction that drew large crowds. The review section dives into various genres, starting with fighting action, where games like Street Fighter 2's Second Impact, Rival Schools, United by Fate, and Samurai Showdown 64 are discussed, with comments on their gameplay and potential. The shooting section focuses on titles such as Gunblade NY, G Darius, Strikers 1945-2, Batrider, and Zero Gunner, noting their cabinet types and unique mechanics. Special cabinets featured include Sega Bass Fishing, Rapid River, and The Lost World. Jurassic Park Light Gun Game, highlighting immersive arcade experiences. Other interesting titles mentioned are Konami's rhythm game Beatsamania and the fighting game Battle Trist. Overall, the page conveys excitement about the diverse range of upcoming arcade games displayed at the show. This page dives deep into Cyber Troopers Virtual On, Oratorio Tangram following its reveal at the AM show. It confirms that 6 evolved versions of the original game's Virtualoids, including fan favorites like Temjin, Raiden, Viper 2, and Feyen, were playable and showcased impressive updated styling. The control scheme retains the series' signature twin sticks and 4 buttons, noting some minor operational changes, but keeping the core feel intact. The report highlights significant gameplay system changes, such as the introduction of the Quick Step for enhanced close combat mobility and refined dash attacks. A key new feature is the Turbo Shot, a powerful special attack initiated from a stationary position, unique to each Virtualoid, and featuring spectacular visual effects as demonstrated by both Temjin and Raiden. The stages have also seen significant updates, building upon the previous game's foundations with increased environmental detail, dynamic elements, and even stages with interactive water effects, promising more varied and visually engaging battles. The overall impression conveyed is one of excitement for the substantial evolution of the Virtualion formula seen in Oratorio Tangram. Brief summary. This page offers a detailed look at Virtualion Oratorio Tangram, highlighting playable mechs, gameplay updates, a new Turbo Shot attack, and dynamic stages seen at the AM show. This page continues the discussion of Cybertroopers Virtualion Oratorio Tangram with an interview featuring producer Iwakiri. He provides insights into the meaning behind the title, the game's development progress, and reflects on the version shown at the AM show, noting it was only around 30% complete, but served its purpose. The interview also touches on enemy design, the game's direction as a comprehensive action title, and future prospects, expressing confidence that the final product will exceed fan expectations. Following this, the page features a Coming Soon section, highlighting the upcoming RPG Tilk Girl from the Blue Sky. The game is described as an adventure set on the island of Tilk, starring 5 young characters embarking on exciting quests. The page introduces 3 initial adventures, one on the coast battling hermit crabs, Yadokari, another on a farm protecting a calf from a monster, Yamaisu, and a third on Tongari Mountain facing the Shark Gang. The game utilizes a battle system where characters can learn special skills to perform various attacks, adding depth to combat. This page features several upcoming Sega Saturn titles under the Coming Soon banner. It starts with the Graduation album, a data disc celebrating the 10th anniversary of the popular series, promising a wealth of illustrations and character data for 17 heroines, including rare artwork. Next King, The Kingdom of Love of 1,000 Years is highlighted as a simulation RPG focused on a political struggle for the throne, featuring a cast of unique potential queens. Gameplay involves strategic interactions, events, and battles, and a limited edition version including a drama CD is also announced. Below that is Dublo E0, an action-packed 3D shooting game offering full 360-degree control. The game emphasizes intense combat, dodging, and countering enemies across diverse futuristic stages, with impressive visual effects and possibly high-quality movie sequences. Finally, the page presents Warcraft 2: Dark Saga, the Sega Saturn port of the classic real-time strategy game. Players command either the human or orc forces, managing resources, constructing buildings, raising armies, and engaging in large-scale battles across a variety of missions to achieve victory in their epic conflict. This page previews several upcoming Sega Saturn titles including the PC port RPG Gunblaze S, the detective adventure Shining Star, the historical strategy simulation Suikoden Tentu Hyakuhachisei, the 2D manga fighting game Soku Seitokai, and the action game Matoke Tamago with Ganbare Kimono Hashi. Gunblaze S is a port of a PC RPG, boasting high-quality graphics and promising numerous events, including some slightly risque scenes. Shining Star is an adventure centered around a girl named Jewel and a detective named Mark, investigating a mystery involving a powerful artifact. Suikoden Tentu Hyakuhachisei is a simulation game based on the Water Margin story, focusing on territory management, character development, and strategy to expand influence and conquer rivals, featuring familiar heroes from the original tale. Soku Seitokai is a 2D fighting game adapted from a manga, featuring characters with unique abilities and dynamic combat sequences. Motoke Tamago with Ganbare Kimono Hashi is an action game where players collect scattered eggs while avoiding enemies, supporting up to 4 players simultaneously. The page also mentions an official fan club, Sega Partners. The Sega Saturn is poised to release a diverse lineup of games. Sakura Wars is complete and polished, while Sonic R boasts engaging gameplay with a digital Sonic 97 element. Shin Megami Tensei Devil Summoner Soul Hackers has a confirmed release date. Other titles like Princess Crown, Atelier Marie, and Princess Quest are progressing. Fighting games like X-Men vs. Street Fighter are finished, and Grandia is adding content. Shooting games Battle Garega and Tsukyu Gurentai are also highlighted. Those simulation games, adventure titles, and the mysterious RPG Baroque round out the promising collection. This page presents the comprehensive Sega Saturn release calendar, detailing upcoming titles and their planned release dates across several months into the new year. This page gives us a sneak peek at the next issue, highlighting a diverse lineup of games to guide readers, including previews of titles like Soul Hackers for RPG fans, X-Men vs. Street Fighter for fighting game enthusiasts, and Sega Touring Car for racing fans. The main feature is the massive promotion for the Sega Saturn port of the intense arcade vertical shooter, Dodonpachi. The page announces a high-score attack campaign with cool prizes like a custom arcade board and controller box for top players. It emphasizes that this port, handled by the arcade staff themselves, is now on sale for 5,800 yen. Gamers will be happy to know it retains the signature multi-bomber and get point systems from the original Donpachi. Screenshots show the chaotic bullet patterns and intense gameplay. There's also a game index listing many Sega Saturn titles with page numbers for quick reference. Other sections include contact information, staff credits, and a reader contribution feature showcasing illustrations. This page features a major announcement for the survival horror game, RMJ, The Mystery Hospital. This ambitious project boasts an extensive development cycle, with 3 years spent in conception and another 2 years and 3 months in production, hinting at a truly polished experience. Set to release on both PlayStation and Sega Saturn, PlayStation owners can grab it in November, while Sega Saturn fans will see it in December. The game is priced at 6,800 yen before tax. The page uses a vivid red background, emphasizing the game's intense nature, and includes small screenshots that tease the game's environments and disturbing imagery, living up to the warning that the game contains cruel depictions. If you're a fan of terrifying hospital settings and detailed horror, RMJ looks like one to anticipate.